Bonnie Roseman is a fashion designer, style consultant, and wardrobe architect. She's been traveling the world and working in fashion since the early 80s. She describes her most unique and stylish pieces as wearable art. Her silk and silicone scarves in particular have been catching the attention of the media for over 30 years. What makes these scarves so special? What makes them stand out? To understand why these scarves have created such a buzz, one must follow Bonnie's journey.
I grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I went to undergraduate school at Temple University, and then I moved to Los Angeles, and I went to graduate school at California State University, Long Beach. I started when I was 5 years old. I wouldn't let my older sister, who's 9 years older than I am, or my mother, go shopping without me telling them what to wear and how to put their wardrobes together. And I think my first job was at Gimbel's department store. So I always was drawn to clothing, accessories, and helping people make decisions that would be of value to put their look together in a positive way. I was an artist representative selling paintings, weavings, sculptures, ceramic art, and watercolors when I met a designer of beautiful scarves. It had a feeling to it that just was different than anything I had ever felt or seen, and it excited me. Her name was Carol Motti, and she was represented by Robert Lee Morris, and his shop was called Artwear. And so I was selling wearable art as well. And when she saw what I had and the quality of the artist that I was representing, she asked if I would be willing to take her pieces around the United States and show them, and it began from there. 4 months later, I had gotten her scarves into the hands of women in over 35 cities and 29 states. And the reaction was, across the board, phenomenal. And we became very close friends. And then, unfortunately, she ended up with pancreatic cancer, and she passed away way before her time. Went all across the United States doing my showings. I had many other artists that I represented. I had very unique jewelry, unusual handbags, and I did not have a fantastic scarf designer. Through word of mouth and referral, was referred to a man in the French Quarter of New Orleans, and his name is Ray Cole, and he and I clicked. He fell in love with what I showed him. I only had a few pieces, and it took him a good while, maybe a half a year, to really figure out how to utilize this product, and came up with a style uniquely of his own. Well, unfortunately, Ray had some health issues, and he passed away in June of 2017. And I was devastated. We had a very close relationship. We worked together for over 20 years, and he was my friend, not just an artist that I represented. And I was extremely devastated by his loss. After the initial shock, because he died at 68 years of age, I meditated, and my inner voice told me that this was not going to end with him. I did not know where I was going to find the artist, but I had faith that I would keep this going. I was very fortunate that here in Nantucket, I became friendly with a woman who was a client of mine, and she lived in New York as well. And I mentioned to her that I was on this sojourn for an artist to continue the torch. And she brought a woman to my apartment where I was staying in Manhattan and introduced us. and her name is Ekta Bushell. And I showed her the pieces that I had of Ray, and I showed her pieces that I had saved of Carol's, and she was floored by the beauty and came up with a collection that has taken it to another level. Everything that she has provided for me has been extremely exciting, beautiful. We are constantly talking to one another about ideas. We created this fabulous event. It wasn't just an art opening, it was a happening. People from all over the island volunteered to be models. We donated a portion of the proceeds to Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, and it was an opportunity to really share with people this journey that I've been on for over 30 years. It's a thrill for me to bring something of beauty and artistic talent to the public, especially on the island I love the most, Nantucket. I don't see ever stopping doing what I'm doing, because I think I'm bringing joy to a lot of people.